everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're talking about Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 4, I think, because I didn't write it down. But it's called Romance or Regret. Oh, and this was a good one.
Definitely regretful. First, we're going to start off with Chris and Paige. Speaking of regret, we'll jump right to it. I cannot stand him. My blood boils when I see him on the screen. I cannot believe this man slept with her and then said he did it to feel more attracted to her, and he was wrong. It didn't work. I'm very upset about that. And the way that his parents, she went to his parents and confided in them, and that was kind of crazy. But she went to them and confided in them, and the mom was like, well, was he drinking? Like, enabling it. Like, it's cool. I think that he's trash, and I want him to go. I mean, I know it's good for ratings, and everybody loves the ratings, but I can't stand to see him. Sorry.
Chris delivers one shock after another. I could not believe that he did not sleep with her once but twice and then decided to tell her, I was just trying to feel it out to see if I liked it or not. How insulting. I feel like it was one insult after another. I feel like he cried a lot.
Hold on. He went to go get the menu. Let me say
yes.
this. He went to get the menu. It was the night after, and he never came back. And this poor girl is sitting there waiting for him to come back. And the thoughts that are going through her mind already.
She was hungry.
She does need to run. I mean, the thoughts that were going through, I just can't believe what happened. Anyway, he comes back in and he acts like he's having a panic attack, which I thought was some bull. And then she puts her arm on him, like, I'm your wife, I'm going to be there for you. Like, what's wrong? And he says, oh, well, because I'm not attracted to you. He's a clown. And then he cried, like the crocodile tear crying. Oh my God, you told my parents we slept together. That was so fake. I can't stand him. I can't.
He's the kind of person that flips everything around on the girl.
Yeah.
He's doing something wrong and he's going to be like, no. Forget the fact that, I took advantage of you and slept with you 2 times and then told you that I'm not attracted to you and that it wasn't that good enough for me to want to, have at it. And now I'm having panic attacks. But then he said, you went to my parents and told them that we had sex. And I don't appreciate you talking about my sex life. And then started giving her a hard time. And Paige is too nice. Way.
She was so patient.
Too nice.
She was so patient. I think I would have punched him in the face. But that's why I'm in therapy. I just don't understand what will possess him to treat somebody like that. And then I still am mad at the producers and everybody. Like, they picked this guy. They knew he was a douche. And I just cannot stand him.
I feel incredibly bad for Paige, and she needs a redo. Like, they should have done that immediately. And the sad thing is we know that's going to drag out for weeks. Spoiler alert, and we've mentioned this before, and everybody knows this. His ex-fiance is going to call saying that she's pregnant and going to be part of the storyline. That baby was a miracle for Paige. Babies are always a miracle. But, that was her
to get out of it?
Yes.
That should have been dead then.
I feel like to deal with him and all of that nonsense. And the other reason? Because he kept crying. He was crying all the time. His emotions were all over the place.
Crying like a bitch.
Do you know why else?
What is he doing? And it was not even real tears. But okay.
Do you know why else, though? Because during all this drama, he was in the process of losing his Subway. All his things were getting... Is
that why he was crying?
That was part of the reason. But all of his stuff was getting repoed, and he was losing his business. So he's running around telling everybody he's an entrepreneur. And look at him now. Oh, my goodness. So
I'm disgusted by him. Anyway.
Completely. I'm just...
All right, who's next?
Yes, who's next? Okay.
Oh, by the way, his dad saying that, he raised a gentleman is some bull. Okay? You need to go back and define the gentleman, sir, because that's not a gentleman.
Completely agree.
He totally took it and had no business, like wanting it. Like, oh, I slept with her just to see if we can get the feeling. Who the
And
fuck does that?
even before then, he was saying, I haven't decided if I'm going to sleep with my wife tonight. I didn't think that they were going to. I didn't think that they were.
I did. When
And,
she rolled up on him, I could see that they were close in the bed. I was like, it's going
but how
down.
disrespectful was he at dinner? Like, those were the red flags going off, and she still decided to go all the way.
I think she was feeling like, wow,
And
they
knowing
really
that
set us up. He must really be a good guy. Like, he can't be this turd
she should have.
because they set me up and they know all about him. But
But that
really,
was the
they
first
don't.
night. That was the first night. I'm not. Oh, poor
All right.
Paige.
I
Okay.
wasted too much time on this clown.
I know.
Please
Let's
give
not do it
Paige a
anymore.
recount. I think she needs a redo in season
But
13.
I got creeper vibes when because I couldn't believe that she went to breakfast with his family, and then when she was sitting in between the dad and then the two women, I felt like she was just going to get attacked from all sides.
I did too. And yes, his dad
Mhm.
was a damn creeper. You are right. Father
Mhm.
like son.
Completely
Absolutely. And the
agree.
mom was, ugh, anyway.
Okay.
Gross.
Moving on to Brianna and Vincent, who we love. Let's lighten the tone up. Let's go with them.
Oh, Brianna and Vincent, they're very happy. They woke up blessed, talking about they're all in love. She made him ask nicely for her digits, and she put them in her phone and told him to put in there a big old peach for her booty, and told him to put in there an eggplant, which I didn't quite get that. What was the eggplant reference to? How does she know? Or I don't know. But I know that they didn't do anything, but okay. He was like, huh? Okay. Did you catch the eggplant joke?
Oh, I did. Mhm. Mhm.
But they were having a great time, and then sadly, Vincent gets the news about his grandmother being, having a heart attack, and then, that's where it kind of goes. But she stepped up as a wife, and she was like, listen, whatever you got to do, I will be here if you have to go,
Right. So this is honeymoon time, and they flew off to Las Vegas. So some of them been there. One of them was there. Oh, Haley's been there 7 times in 1 year. Did you catch that? Sorry to jump over, but
Mm.
they flew over to Vegas, and he just got the news and found out he was going to turn around and have to fly right back out. You're right. Brianna stepped right in, said, "You do what you got to do." She was very comforting. It was nice to see that he was accepting it, and hopefully his grandmother recovers and he gets to turn around and fly back home.
What I liked? He was like, she don't know what she just did right there, and she was
Yeah.
there for him, and he was
Oh,
like, so I think they're gonna make it, hands
I
down,
I do too. I love
hands
them.
down. All right,
Okay. Moving
Virginia and
on.
Eric.
Sure, let's do Virginia and Eric, my favorite. Go for it.
So I was gonna say you did pick them. You were like, I didn't think they were gonna do good because their age difference, and she's a partier, but he might be a little bit more patient and accepting because
Mm-hmm.
he thinks she's hot.
As long as she's willing to have kids. Because that
Yeah.
topic did come up. She ended up having breakfast with his parents, and it was going okay. His mother's still very sketchy, and when they mentioned the grandkids, she was kind of playing it like, I don't really know, but I think that they will be fine with it.
Oh,
But the
she's young.
mother, the mother seemed very disappointed and was like, it's a deal breaker. And then even Eric mentioned, kids is a must for me. It's going to be a deal breaker. It doesn't have to be right away, but eventually. And he's also a little bit more understanding of her party ways because he knows that she's a lot younger than him and said, well, I did that a lot. And he seems like he did have a crazy side because he mentions some things on
Partying in
the
college,
side.
he did.
Right. And then, now that he's grown up, so he wants her to be able to enjoy that, but just to know, he did say you did come into this to get married though, and now you have to grow
Act
up,
like a wife. So
act
as
like
long
a
as she
wife.
acts like a wife and she makes, but he's gone a few days a week, so she might be able to do that balance like you were saying before.
Right.
Yeah. So it
So,
might be perfect because he said that she gives him that feeling that he's been looking for years. So we'll see.
yes. And following up, he was the gentleman that I thought he was going to be. She was hanging all over him and giving him kissing and everything, but he did say that he was just trying to hold off, but he is very excited to take it to the next level. I don't
Oh,
think
they
it's going to
gonna
be
get it
long.
in
On the
Yep,
honeymoon.
next
Okay.
episode. All right, let's go right to the awkward 80s. I mean, Haley and Jacob.
How is that? Okay, I'm a fan of the fanny packs. We all know. I have one that says coolest mom ever, and we're going to get them on our website one day, I promise.
Yeah.
However, I can't promise that we're going to be selling them with an American flag and speakers busting out of the side. I
That was
can't.
cool though. He was cool in his own way, but you could tell he would never came out of his room much as a kid.
Right, right.
I'm
So,
dead serious. Did he play a lot of video games? I don't know.
yeah, I agree with that. It's just very awkward. Haley seems to try to be trying. She's not like dipping head heels all the way in. I think she has a lot of caution
You're
that
being too
she.
nice.
You
She
don't
is
think so?
getting tired of hearing about his diet. She's getting tired of hearing about steak and eggs and how he works out and about how his hot tub is. And you can tell she can't. I don't think she can take him. I don't
Well,
think they're gonna make it at
I don't
all.
I don't think she likes him, but I feel like she's at least warming up to him. I feel like the first night was so
Do you think
awkward.
that you got romantic vibes from
No,
them?
no,
Seriously, I'm asking them.
no. No, I don't think they
Me
have any
neither.
romance. I think hopefully there's some type of at least friendship to be able to just
We're not on
enjoy.
this show for besties.
No, no, no. We know they're not going to work out. You can just
Besties at first sight. No, no, he is older than her,
no.
and it shows though.
It's not going to work
And
out.
she's mature for her age, so
Yeah,
that's like
but
saying something.
you don't think she's warming up a little bit? Like she's laughing at his nerdiness. Like the first time
She's
she
like,
was
I'm so bored.
all right. Okay, let's move on. And then
Hmm.
last oh, and she's the one who said that she's been there a bunch of times and he's never been. So I'm curious to see how they
How he's gonna
both do
act
in Vegas. Right.
with his
Okay.
matching shirt and all the
Mhm.
fanny pack and all. Me too.
He did have the like swim trunk looking shorts that reminded me straight out of Saved by the Bell. Colors, shapes, everything. I could see you liking them shorts. I promise. As
In
soon
the
as I
80s,
saw them,
in
yeah,
the
but you would
90s.
wear them. All right.
All right.
Last, Clara and Ryan. They seem to be getting along pretty well. She talks a whole lot, and he's just trying to keep up.
You ain't lying. But what I want to know is I feel like she's making a bigger she has lunch with his parents, right? And they are ministers. So, right? They're in the church and she feels like they're going to feel some way tight towards her because she's not. And I don't know. I feel like she's maybe thinking on that too hard, and maybe she might start dwelling on that a little bit too much. But if she don't think too hard on it, I think her and him could be a great match.
I think they're good. I don't even see that being a problem. I think she just doesn't want to have to go or forced or be too much into it. But I think once you have kids and when things get started, it's good to go.
I see the episode coming up that she's talking about wanting to raise. Does he want to raise his kids in the church?
That's what I mentioned.
Yeah, and I
Hmm.
mean, of course he's going to want to. He was raised in the church, so but she doesn't. That's going to be a problem.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because she grew up with
I
it
mean, if
too.
she, what I'm saying is, if she makes a big deal.
My prediction is I think that she's going to be a little bit more understanding of it once they have kids,
Oh.
because there might be times where she might not like my mom's very into church and I'm totally great with her taking my kids to church all the time. I
Mm-hmm.
just like to the activities. I just don't feel like going to all of them. You know what I mean? So I
No,
asked
I
my
get you.
kids,
I feel
do
like
you
she's
want
younger
to
anyway, even not even
yeah.
knowing about if she wants to have kids. I think it's all about the age. And I think all that'll fall into place. But all I'm
Hmm.
saying is, I feel like she's one of them people that might think too much and start putting that into the relationship. And he's somebody that seems like he's pretty easygoing, not
Okay.
too technical. I don't know. She might create her own problems. So hopefully she doesn't.
All right. Well, you guys let us know what you think. Do you think that Clara and Ryan are going to have a religion bumpy road ahead, or do you think that they're going to be able to resolve their problems and live happily ever after?
I think they're going to be good. But we'll see.
Okay. So, are you good?
I mean, that's all I have for Clara and Ryan. So I'm just hoping that next week we don't have to see too much of Chris being a douche the whole episode. Because he's kind of ruining my experience at Married at First Sight. Is that what's going on with you? I know I got you liking this show like last 2 seasons ago. I've been
Correct.
watching it for the whole time it's been on.
Right. This is the second season that I've watched, and I thought that Michael was one of the worst when he was saying that he was had to sleep with, I can't remember who his girlfriend was. Off
Oh,
camera.
okay, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah. That
he
was
said,
the
I
DC cast.
and yeah, and I know we
Hmm.
follow her on Instagram, but he
Hmm.
said, if she doesn't sleep with him in a certain amount of time, then there was going to be problems. And then once he came on camera, he's like, I didn't say that, and I thought he was the worst. No, Chris is the worst because he is saying this, that, and beyond, and it's all on camera.
And then saying, "But I'm a good guy. I'm charismatic. I'm great. I'm an entrepreneur."
I'm done.
You're a
All right.
turd. All right. Well, that was all I have this week for Married at First Sight. Thanks for watching us, guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please feel free to leave a comment and join us next Thursday night. We go live every Thursday to talk Married at First Sight. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.